Is Maurice Benard calls Steve Burton's experience one of the most difficult things to go through. General Hospital's Maurice Benard posted the second part. Find out what they discussed on the first part of his podcast episode with co-star Steve Burton, where the two got deep about mental health and vaguely spoke about Burton's recent life experiences. On the June 9, 2024 episode of State of Mind, Benard continued his discussion with Burton and offered his real-life friends some kind words. "Can I just say one thing?" he asked amid Burton discussing his daily routine. "I believe that what you've been through in the last 2-3 years is one of the most difficult things any man can go through." While the actors didn't go into detail, Benard was referring to Burton's recent divorce from his wife and being let go from GH in 2021 due to ABC's vaccine mandate at the time. "I believe now that I hear you talking that you had to go through that to be able to do what you're doing now," Benard continued, and Burton agreed by saying, 100%. "Life's going to smack you in your face," Burton continued, "and you really figure out who you are during the tough times." Burton revealed the routine he calls a program, one he's taught to 500 women during just 1 month. He admitted he wakes up at 3:59 a.m. every morning and works on getting to a place of gratitude first and foremost. "I do prayer, I do meditation, I do breathing," he continued. "I do some visualization of the things that I want in my life and the things that I'm grateful for. And as an actor, it's easy because we feel gratitude." In the whirlwind world of soap operas, where drama unfolds both on and off screen, the bond between actors often transcends the characters they portray. Such is the case with Maurice Benard and Steve Burton, two stalwarts of the soap opera world whose friendship extends far beyond the confines of the set. Recently, Benard shared his thoughts on Burton's experience, describing it as one of the most difficult things to go through. His empathetic reflection sheds light on the challenges faced by actors behind the scenes, reminding us of the humanity that lies beneath the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Maurice Benard, known to millions of fans as the iconic Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital, is no stranger to the ups and downs of life in the spotlight. With over 3 decades of experience in the industry, he has weathered his fair share of storms, both personally and professionally. But it is his friendship with Steve Burton, who portrays the beloved character of Jason Morgan on the same long-running soap, that has endured through thick and thin. When news broke of Burton's departure from General Hospital, fans were left reeling, struggling to come to terms with the loss of one of their favorite characters. But for Benard, the news hit especially hard. In a recent interview, he opened up about the impact of Burton's departure, describing it as a huge loss for both the show and the cast. "Steve is not just a colleague, he's a dear friend," Benard said, his voice tinged with emotion. "We've been through so much together over the years, and his presence on set will be sorely missed." But it was not just Burton's departure from the show that weighed heavily on Benard's heart. It was the circumstances surrounding his exit, the challenges and hardships that Burton had faced in his personal life, that truly struck a chord with him. "Steve's experience over the past year has been one of the most difficult things to go through," Benard said, his voice soft but filled with empathy. "To see someone you care about struggle like that, it's heartbreaking." Indeed, Burton's journey over the past year has been fraught with challenges. From grappling with the demands of a grueling filming schedule to navigating the complexities of family life, he has faced his fair share of obstacles with grace and resilience. But it was his battle with depression, a struggle that he has been candid about in interviews and on social media, that truly tested his strength. For Steve to open up about his struggles with depression, it takes a lot of courage, Benard said, his admiration for his friend evident in his voice. To be vulnerable in such a public way, it's not easy. As someone who has battled his own demons, Benard knows firsthand the toll that mental illness can take on a person's life. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder at a young age, he has been an outspoken advocate for mental health awareness, using his platform to destigmatize conversations surrounding mental illness. "Depression is a silent killer," Benard said, his voice tinged with sadness. "It's something that so many people struggle with in silence, feeling ashamed or afraid to seek help. But it's important to remember that you're not alone, that there is help and support out there. For Benard, supporting Burton through his struggles was a no-brainer. From lending a listening ear to offering words of encouragement, he has been a constant source of strength and support for his friend, both on and off screen. "I've always been there for Steve, and I always will be," Benard said, his voice filled with conviction. That's what friends are for, to lift each other up when we're feeling down, to be a shoulder to lean on when times get tough. As Burton embarks on the next chapter of his life, Benard is confident that his friend will emerge stronger and more resilient than ever before. "Steve is a fighter," Benard said, a note of pride evident in his voice. "He's been through hell and back, but he always comes out on top. I have no doubt that he'll conquer whatever challenges come his way." And as General Hospital continues to captivate audiences with its gripping storylines and beloved characters, fans can take comfort in knowing that the bond between Maurice Benard and Steve Burton, both on screen and off, will endure for years to come.